And I said, I beg your pardon, madam. And she said, this dog has got clipper rash. Have you been fucking this dog?
What?
Sorry, not fucking this dog. I think I might go again with that sequence of dialogue.
I'll take a turn. No, madam. I assure you.
Madam, how dare you?
How dare you?
I would never fuck a dog of that size for a start. Do you remember when Mummy suddenly decided she was going to start clipping people's dogs?
I don't think she started clipping people's dogs.
She
I think
did.
she just started clipping our dog.
Well,
I don't think it was like she was going to become like a dog hairdresser.
I think she had that in her mind because we were on an economy drive because of school fees. And
So it's my fault, as per usual.
I don't know, I'm just saying, we were on an economy drive.
What does an economy drive mean?
Well, we were trying to save money.
Okay, now I
On the-
know what it means,
on
but
the
what did it entail?
Posh Pets, which I think it was called, the shop.
Yes.
You know, it's 50 quid. I mean, I was getting my hair cut for a tenner. I had to pay 50 quid
Yeah, but
for Charlie.
There's a lot less of your hair.
Yes, okay, thank you.
But £10 is probably about the right price to cut what's left of it. Although, actually, your eyebrows probably would maybe top that up to about 15. Do they clip your eyebrows?
They do, yes.
Who does that?
Well, the same person. What, you think they're separate? You go into a hairdressing salon.
I don't know. For the
Have your hair cut, and then a special person comes to do the eyebrows.
I don't know. I suspect that for the older gentleman, there could be maybe a barber system where there's someone that does the hair and then someone else that does the heavy lifting for an older gentleman, which is eyebrows, nostrils, ears. Like, because that's really the
Right.
bulk of the
Okay.
workload. If you're cutting the more distinguished, mature gentleman,
Yeah, okay.
it's less of a haircut for the head. It's more of a sort of all-round.
Like a share.
Like yeah. Or like those people that they have in gardens with the topiary.
Yeah, okay.
You could maybe have your eyebrows done in the shape of an animal, or if it was festive, like a tree.
This story isn't about
Okay.
me having my hair cut. It's about the dog.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So,
Do you remember
Mummy-
when you had a goatee beard as well?
that was very brief. Mummy said she thought I'd look nice with a beard. I had it for a week and I looked ridiculous in it. So I then shaved it off, and Mummy said she was very disappointed because she thought I looked very attractive, and I didn't. I looked ridiculous.
The picture of you with a goatee beard is my favourite picture that exists ever.
Right, okay.
Because it was also a slightly different colour, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a slight...
Very creepy.
colour.
It was very creepy.
It had a touch of ginger in it.
And a touch of sex offender.
Right.
Is it?
So, carrying on with Charlie. So,
Who's Charlie?
this is the dog.
Oh, sorry.
Our dog was called
I
Charlie.
thought Charlie was the alter ego you had when you were wearing the goatee.
No. So, Mummy started shearing the dog in the kitchen, I think it was.
Do you know the bit that I remember is that I remember
Yeah.
there was a video, that there was an instructional video that
That's
she watched of how you're meant to shear the dog.
That's right, she did.
And we came down and she was
Yeah.
watching this video
Yeah.
of someone cutting a dog's hair.
Yeah. Well, what happened is she bought this machine or this thing where you shear the dog with.
Clippers.
Yeah, it was a sort of clipper, but it was quite a big sort of...
What, like a lawnmower?
It was somewhere between a lawnmower and a clipper.
Yeah.
It was quite a big piece of kit, and it came with an instruction manual.
Yeah.
And Mummy was in the kitchen looking at this instruction manual of animals being, sheep and
Yeah.
things being sheared with this piece of equipment.
Can I ask just one quick question?
Yeah.
Was there an instructional video that she had to watch before she did your goatee?
No.
Or was that just she just did it?
She didn't do my goatee. It never got to that point where it needed trimming because
Okay.
it was trimmed off. So, she then decides to start work on our dog, Charlie. And I thought she gave it quite a severe trim,
What went quite...
personally. She went quite deep on it.
Yeah.
I mean, quite deep. Also made a terrible mess everywhere. And it then, after a couple of days, had picked up some sort of infection somewhere underneath her, you know, in that sort of private area.
Yes, okay.
Yes. So she said, well, it's obvious it's nothing to do with the way I've clipped the dog. And I said, no, of course it's not, just a coincidence.
Just a coincidence, yeah.
But she said, I think you better take it to the vet.
Why did we have to take it to the vet?
Well, I was taking it because she couldn't take it to the vet because she was going somewhere or doing something. So I said, I'll take it, but I won't. I'm not going on my own. Jack can bloody well come with me because he'll be making excuses because you didn't like the dog anyway.
I did.
You didn't. You hated it. No, you didn't hate it, but you didn't like it very much. Did you ever take it for a walk? No.
Yes.
Did you ever wipe its poo off? No. Did you ever put it in those bags and when it pooed on the... No. None of those things. Right. So, we took it to the vet, queued up. I remember going up to the woman. They had a very thick girl working in the vets at that time. And she said, name? And I said, Michael. And she said, is that the dog's name? And I said, no, you asked me my name. And she said, oh no, I want the dog's name. I said, all right, so the dog's called Charlie. I thought, why are we getting into this sort of detail? Anyway, so we then sit down and wait for this woman, vet, to be free.
Just a vet.
And then this girl's standing, somebody goes out, and then she says, Charlie? And I thought, oh God, you're even calling us for the dogs. No, the dog's not going to sit there saying, oh, it's my turn, you know, and go in there leaving us reading Tatler or whatever we were. Anyway, so we go in, and there's this very scary South African woman.
Is there any other kind?
And she says, put the dog up on the table.
Whoa.
So we
Where's
put
she
it
from?
up on South Africa.
Which part of South Africa was that?
I don't know, I didn't ask. Goes up on the table, and then she says, will you help me with the dog? I want to turn it upside down. So we helped it turn it. Poor Charlie was wriggling a bit, and she looked very carefully underneath its thing and said, this dog has got clipper rash. Have you been clipping this dog? And I said, clipping it? She said, yes, this dog has been clipped. And I said, no, certainly, as far as it's got clipper rash. And I said, clipper rash? He said, yes, it's been cut too low. Look at the rash. And I said, well, I don't know. Somebody has been, you? And of course, Jack did a lot, you did a lot of,
no, I think I
nothing to
seem
do
to
with
remember
me.
the time I was going, why have you started turning Indian?
I said, I don't know. I
was very confused.
That is how she spoke. That is not Indian. That is South Africa.
It went a bit Indian in that last bit.
Fine.
Has someone been clipping this dog? I said to her,
right, okay.
Madam.
You're one to talk about accents, too. All your accents end up as Barbados.
No, I can do South African.
You're very West Indies.
I can do South African, but I can only do Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
So I would only be able to tell this story if it was Nelson Mandela as the vet.
So how would she talk if she was a...
Have you been keeping this dog?
Right, okay. No, she didn't talk like that. Anyway, she was really cross. And she said, you're going to have to put this cream on the dog.
Yeah.
And she went off and she had this tube of white cream. And you must rub cream into the dog. So we said, fine, well, when we get home, no, you should do it now. So you held the dog upside down like a thing that was going onto a sort of barbecue, and I rubbed this cream on. It was very unpleasant. The dog was squealing. The woman says, do it gently. Do not give it any more hurt. And I said, right, okay, madam, I'm doing the very best I can. And then rolled it over, and then we took it out into the reception area where the gormless girl was. And as we went out of the door, she said, oh, you're going to have to pay the bill now. And I said, oh, really? I think my wife will come and settle that up later. And she said, no, I want you to have to pay it now. And she gave me this, it was 130 quid. 130 quid for a tube of ointment and half an hour of being patronised by some South African vet.
So the cost that was saved from clipping it at home?
There was no saving at all. I mean, that was it. I mean, I hid Mummy's clippers and we just went back to Posh Pets and paid 50 quid. It was so depressing there. Poor little Charlie. Clipper rash. Nasty.
Don't make it sound... I mean, he got through it. It's not like,
oh, yes. Oh, no, he was fine.
It was really sad.
No.
You took him home and that was it.
And I chucked the thing right that these clippers away.
Oh, the clippers. I thought you meant...
No, not the dog. No. These huge, great industrial clippers. Anyway, that was that story.
I think we know the real reason that the clippers were thrown away.
Why?
Well, just in case Mummy got any more ideas about facial hair in the future.
What, you thought she'd use that industrial thing on my goatee beard?
Well, or she might, in a couple of years go, Michael, I think you do it really nice with buggers grips. No. And then you'd have to grow some mutton chops and she'd shear those. So you thought, best be safe, clippers in the bin. You would actually look very nice with one of those like ye olde moustaches that loop round like that. Or a big W.G. Grace beard.
Mm-hmm. That's not actually what buggers grips are. Buggers grips come from here and finish there. The idea being that if somebody, you can work out why they're called that.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please do subscribe if you want to see some more videos like that, and leave us any comments below. Or if you would prefer to troll Michael Whitehall directly, you can do that at Father Whitehall. Just go onto Twitter and you can just get a direct line and just troll him on there.